This episode is brought to you by CarterComics.com. It's your one-stop shop for all your comic needs, whether it be graded or raw. Carter Comics has got it all. All you gotta do is go to CarterComics.com, fill your card up with all their amazing comics. Use the discount code FREAKNET, FREAKNET. Save you 10% at checkout. Not only on their website, but also at their eBay account. And the link to eBay can be found on their homepage at CarterComics.com. Again, CarterComics.com is your one-stop shop for all comic needs.
It's time! It's time! It's JFW time!
All right, guys, it's that time to get set in the ring with the greatest faction in podcast history, Jazz Freaking Wrestling, the JFW Podcast, hosted by Travesty.
And I am the faction slayer and soon-to-be sole general manager of Rocket Pro Wrestling, Nubby, the Amazing Turtle.
And I, as you can see, am the better idiot and the LIM beer drinking champion, Pacman.
This is a solid shirt there, Pacman.
It is, and you can find it on tpublic.com with all the other JFW merch.
That's true.
Including the Nubby Pacman 24, we do it for the fans t-shirt, as well as the Dizzle J Travis T Make Wrestling Great Again shirt.
No, Make Wrestling Great Again was 2020s.
Oh, well, what's this year?
Keep wrestling great.
Keep wrestling
You
great.
gotta evolve with the times. If you're gonna rip off something that's going on nowadays, why not just do it to the important shit?
True.
Yeah. I tried to find like a quote that was like that I could use with you guys wrestling related that's like associated with like the other team and shit, but I don't know, I didn't want to have to type out the word "der," just whatever. Yeah. Anyways, okay, so Rocket Pro Wrestling is happening this Saturday. We're gonna talk about the match card of that. IPW just happened yesterday, so we'll get the results of that. And POW's happened this Saturday. We're gonna go through the match card of that. Before we dive into any of that, is there anything happening wrestling related you guys want to talk about? I know me and Dizzle J, we talked a little bit about some of the the statement Khan made on the NFL network. We also talked about NXT going to the UFC building in Vegas as well. I don't know. We talked about something else, but I can't fucking remember. It was 2 days ago. How am I supposed to know?
Vince McMahon sold all of his stock in TKO.
I saw that, yeah, and I saw Tony Khan is doing the same thing, so a lot of people are speculating that he's going to be out too. So,
yeah,
He was mentioned in the in the lawsuit.
I mean,
WWE itself is kind of mentioned, like their the whole name as a brand was mentioned, but I don't know how far that will go. But yeah, Nick Khan,
yeah,
is his name. Gotta kind of separate the two. They're both one's fat, one's an idiot.
Treated.
Vince McMahon, we know what's going on with him. He sold his shit finally. Good. Don't go away, please.
Yeah.
Don't. And whatever rumor that's going around about him starting up a new company, please don't.
Yeah, I think he did come on and confirm that wasn't happening. So I'm not sure where that came from, or maybe he did try doing it and realized it would be a mistake. But yeah, no, he doesn't need to get involved in wrestling anymore. It's better that he just fucking goes off somewhere and does his own shit and leave the wrestling business alone. He's done his shit. But anything wrestling related you guys want to talk about outside of Rocket Pro, POW, and IPW that's been going on, and NWA? We're gonna go through NWA Chicago, as you mentioned. You said you wanted to do that too, so we'll cover that as well. But Pacman, are you gonna say something? Or you're just gonna keep touching your face?
I'm gonna keep touching my face until you let me talk, and you're letting me talk, so I'm gonna talk now.
Why is
So-
your fucking why is your picture really foggy? Is it
It's
just me?
it's the brightness in this room. I'm in a different room today.
Oh yeah, what, in like a storage room? What the fuck?
This
Where are
is
you
my-
at?
My bedroom.
You know, where
What the hell's,
magic happens.
what the hell's with all the fucking boxes in the corner?
Box. I don't have boxes in the corner.
Oh no, it's the other corner. It just looks like a pile of shit.
Oh, it's just a pile of shit.
Oh, I don't fucking know. Is that your TV?
That's my bedroom TV.
Where's your bed at?
It's to that direction of my.
Yeah,
my
where's your where do you is your head on that wall that the TV's on or on the other wall?
head is facing obviously towards the TV, so I could watch it as I'm drifting off to sleep.
Yeah, sure. I'm
MTV
sure,
Cribs.
I'm sure you're watching it as you fucking jerk off to sleep or whatever, but not drifting there, buddy. Fucking goofy.
I drift off, and I just want to say for the record for Tony Khan, there seems to be this confusion about soda, and yeah, Harvey Weinstein is not drinkable. So, what the hell was that comparison?
I mean, talk to any of the fucking girls that he got fucking never mind, I'm not gonna finish that. What are you gonna say, Nubby?
I get it. Because it was explained to me, even though it's still an idiot comment to say.
It's stupid.
Because we know what Vince McMahon's issue is, we get it. So I get the reference, but you gotta watch what you fucking say, because the comparison to WWE itself is not Harvey Weinstein.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just make that clear. Vince McMahon and all that other bullshit are not connected anymore. They're weeing all the bullshit out. Now, to say you're the Pepsi of wrestling or whatever, no, you're more like the Diet Right,
RC Cola.
the diet version.
Diet
it's-
RC.
Fuck you. Fuck
Yeah.
your fucking bullshit, dude. Go away with your shit.
It's just stupid because like if he would have sat there and continued his comparison of Pepsi and Coke and everything, it probably would have gotten like a little bit over better. But his whole explanation just to throw in that jab about the Weinstein thing is fucking stupid. And the fact that the NFL Network acknowledged what he was doing and cut the interview off at that point proves how dumb it was. It's stupid. It's like he's sitting there, like, yeah, we're like the Taco Bell of fast food, and WWE's like the Jeffrey Dahmer. It's like
Stupid.
Mm-hmm.
makes no fucking sense. So it was just a cheap way for him to try to get some kind of cheap pop, just like they did with the CM Punk security camera, just like Ospreay referencing fucking Triple H. They tried it failed, it blew up in their fucking face, and they continued to look fucking stupid. And I get it. They want to try to find ways to create views, and because you sit there and you look at the views over the last 6 weeks from Ospreay being signed, Okada being signed, Monet being signed, the expectations of more viewers wanting to watch it, and it's not fucking happening. They're still slowly, progressively fucking getting less and less. And their numbers, I don't think, compare to what Raw and SmackDown are doing. I don't know what the numbers on the WWE side is, but I don't think that they're that far off from what NXT is doing.
Mm.
And the fact that they can't beat NXT says something about what the company's fucking doing and the lack of interest that people have in their fucking content. But yeah, the fact that he's going out there wearing a fucking neck brace at the NFL draft, hey, way to work kayfabe, that's awesome. But it was so fucking stupid, and people acknowledged it and they realized it, and I fucking when I saw it, I laughed because nobody is backing AEW on anything they're fucking doing and trying to throw jabs at WWE. And WWE, I think it's a positive that they're not responding to anything they're doing because it's just showing how stupid they are and how little WWE cares.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Though I will say this with regard to the neck brace, when you really sit and you think about it, Tony Khan he's not a trained professional wrestler. Now, this is where my sort of like new wrestling student of the game sort of thought process comes into play here. If you're not a wrestler and you're taking a pile driver. I mean, I get it. It gets attention for the Jaguars going into the draft. But by going on TV with the neck brace, literally the day after you, an untrained wrestler, take a pile driver, that just completely shatters the credibility of that move. Like, I was at the Monday Night Raw, for example, when Randy Orton punted Vince McMahon in the head. He was not seen on TV until the week of WrestleMania that year.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. Vince, yeah, he has wrestled, but he sold it. He stayed away. Shane McMahon, same thing. Not a traditional wrestler. Got punted in that storyline. Stayed away until that beatdown on the go home Raw. Tony Khan, I think. I mean, it just like if you're doing like if you're a comedy heel, like Andy Kaufman, you take a pile driver and you show back up on TV. He didn't like disappear. He went to the hospital, but he wore the neck brace.
Hold on. Say his name again.
Andy Kaufman. What did I say?
You're saying it weird. You're saying
Kaufman.
like
It's Andy Kaufman.
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 You're making it sound Italian.
I'm around Tony Gabagool too much.
Go ahead. No,
But like,
I just kept hearing you
where,
say Kaufman. Like you're trying to like, can I get a coffee? It's like, what the okay, anyways, go ahead.
But you know, they did that angle in Memphis. Went on TV with the neck brace. That's a little different.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you're taking a pile driver. Stay off TV.
Well, now it's called the Tony Khan driver because it used to be the Meltzer driver. Now it's the Tony Khan driver.
So stupid.
Yeah, I disagree with the idea of him being on TV. Because I don't think they're playing it off like he's paralyzed or some shit.
No.
He was just kind of dropped on his head. And I've dropped people on their heads before and they catch stingers and shit like that. The problem with it is he wasn't selling as if his neck was really hurting. He was having a good time, laughing and moving. It's like if you're going to do it, you need to sell it. So I didn't care that he was sitting there with the neck brace on. But he didn't act like his fucking neck was fucked up. You know, he was acting like D'Lo Brown with the chest protector, you know, shit like that. Like, you don't need it, but hey, now it's fucking here. Yeah, it's dorky. It's stupid, and when you sit there, I don't know if you guys listened to the whole interview he did on the NFL Network, but
I did it.
He spent most of the time advertising like the time and channels that you could watch the wrestling on and all that shit. And the thing is, like, people brought you on to the NFL Network to talk about the Jaguars. Is that the team?
Yeah.
Jacksonville Jaguars. Yeah, they brought you on to talk about the Jaguars. You know, they didn't have you come on to talk about AEW. Like, that's not why you're fucking there. You know, you're there to talk about the Jaguars and what your plan is. Because now you're going to have Jaguar fans who want to hear what the owners of the company have planned for the Jaguars. And instead, they're getting some fucking, they're getting some Tony Khan guy who's out coming in and he's just advertising the fucking wrestling company like the Jaguars are a second thought. And instead of saying anything relevant, he's like, oh, yeah, they use the Weinstein and we're Pepsi. It's like, it makes no fucking sense. Like, it's not the same fucking thing. It's stupid. So,
yeah. And the whole thing with him, taking the pile driver, leading up to it, that whole segment was terrible because the way he fell after he took the hit, okay, so you're gonna dead sell it, and then you're gonna be like, oh shit, I got hit in the stomach, I'm not dead. But really, dude, this is why you need to stay off TV. Be Ted Turner and just hand out the money.
It reminded me of when you're breaking down a ring and you gotta get the corner post out and you have to slowly lower them down. That's what it looked like when was it Nicholas Jackson or whichever was putting him to the ground. It's like, I'm sorry, you're gonna be fine enough just to fucking drop him. But the fact that they lowered him down, his legs were straight fucking stiff the entire fucking time he's coming down, like dropping a board or a post to the fucking floor. It's like, it was fucking embarrassing. The whole thing was stupid. And what's weird is outside of the two big fuck ups that they did, again, the security cameras and this con thing, it all revolves around the Young Bucks. Like, they have some kind of part in it. And it's stupid. And part of me thinks like maybe they reference Pepsi because of CM Punk.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think there's a hidden message in that.
Yeah, so I don't know. Fucking, I want to tell AEW to fucking do better and make me care, but honestly, I don't think they can do better, and I don't know what they can do to make me fucking care.
And it's unfortunate because when they started out, they were good. I enjoyed watching it when I could. Now it's like I want to watch it, but nothing's making me want to do it, and I don't even think I want to work for them either. Like, if I was asked to be given an opportunity, sure, but I'd hate to turn it down. But it's like I don't want to be part of that mess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's embarrassing as fuck. It's making like all these little indie companies that don't do shit right, making them look good.
Yeah, well, it's like the article that I read on Saturday about, again, what Khan said, and actually at the bottom, I think it was like cage side seats or whatever. At the bottom, it said like, it's kind of a poor thing to bring up considering that there's an issue inside AEW with sexual harassment and shit.
That's crazy, and they're hush hush about that, but we can bring up other shit.
Yeah, so it's a messed up situation, and again, like, yeah, I give credit to WWE not focusing on it because I think to them it's just like, whatever, you're gonna do what you want to do, it's not worth our time to fucking talk about, and and it's one of the things. It's like WCW all over again. It's like, well, what can we do? Can we let's throw jabs at the fucking juggernaut. Let's throw jabs at, because then maybe we'll get some good reactions from it. It's like, but you're not. Like, and I think I made the reference. It's the whole Mick Foley giveaway, results and shit. You're saying shit, but it's not helping you. It's actually hurting you more. And instead of it losing viewership, you're just making people think you're stupid.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I don't know if all of our negative talk about AEW is going to prevent Nubby from being an AEW. I know I'm never going to get a call from them.
I've accepted my fate when it comes to the higher companies.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where it's just like you don't make me want to fucking enjoy your fucking wrestling. And like you said, when AEW started out, it wasn't that bad. But it was Jericho and everybody who hasn't been seen on national TV. It was all the New Japan guys and, some Ring of Honor dudes. And there wasn't a lot of WWE guys in AEW when it started off. But now it's like 75% of the rosters WWE guys. So it's just like I've made the comparison since the very beginning. It's just WCW today. That's all it fucking is. And I don't believe him when he says like, oh, we're the most successful startup, blah, blah, because I do believe ECW did better and WCW did better, even though they weren't startups. They're just improving a shitty brand that they had before in Eastern Championship Wrestling and, all that shit. But they're not as successful. It's like, I think TNA in the early 2000s were more successful than what AEW is now. The only difference is AEW has more money behind it to do the shit that TNA couldn't do when Jeff Jarrett and his dad and everything fucking started it up. But I don't know. I don't see AEW being around, in the next 5 years. I really don't. I think one day his dad's gonna look at the fucking, the budgets and finances and realize like we're not making fucking money anymore. Like, we're just not. And that's gonna be a realization. And like, AOL Time Warner, they're just gonna be like, this, fucking let it go. This is done. Move on. So,
and I mean,
it sucks
for me, and I really enjoyed AEW when it started up because I was like following all the stuff that happened before then. I was at All In, and then when they came back for All Out the following year, I was there. Went to the Starcast convention, met all the stars, everything like that, and I followed the company even like during the pandemic when wrestling was really tough to watch, and I think, in my opinion, I think they handled COVID better than WWE. I mean, it was just kind of jarring to see all those screens up at the Thunderdome, where in AEW you had like the wrestlers and extras like at ringside.
I didn't like that.
I liked that personally.
I didn't. I thought. I mean, it was fine at first, but it's like, no, we want fans, and I thought the Thunderdome was better.
I
got to
like the
see
Thunder,
fans.
I like the Thunderdome better too. I mean, I'd rather see 1,000 fucking TV screens than 12 people. You know?
I mean,
Yeah.
it looked better, but I don't know. That was like the closest thing that I saw to replicating a live crowd, and nothing beats a live crowd.
I mean, yeah,
Uh,
it was fine for that, but you can tell the difference in
Mhm.
natural reaction to fake reaction.
Oh yeah,
Have you been to, like, I'm not sure if you've really been there, but Travis has. Been to a practice,
Hmm.
and we have practice matches.
Yeah.
I've watched a few, yeah.
Everyone else had to act like fans. You can tell the difference between fans and people acting like fans.
Yeah.
That was the feeling I got watching AEW.
Yeah. I mean, well, because I mean, what AEW did is similar to what NXT did. NXT did
Yeah.
have people in the crowd and shit, but they were workers. And yeah, it's just
Mhm.
you have the guys who are either going to sit there and watch it for what it is, knowing what's going on and how everything works and shit, or you're going to have the guys who are going to be like, hey, I'm going to need you to cheer and boo and all this other shit. And it's fine, but yeah, it's so fucking lackluster, you know? And yeah, I like I said, I'd rather see 1,000 fucking faces on 1,000 TV screens than seeing 13 guys who aren't booked on the show to sit there and eat popcorn and pretend like they give a shit about the people that are in the ring.
And it was fine for what it was at the time, but when the Thunderdome came, that was better. That made me feel better about wrestling again. I still I still today have a hard time watching TV wrestling. Like I try, I'll watch the pay-per-views that's gotten me invested. I'm still just I don't go back and watch, everything that's being taped because, I do tape them. I just don't go back.
Yeah,
But I'm
or you
trying.
just
I'm
watch,
trying.
or you watch them while we record the show. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But I can't hear nothing, so it's not the same.
But then like Punk came in, that you know started getting my attention again, and then everything happened there, and honestly, it's just sort of seeing the aftermath of all of that really made me turn off to AEW.
Yeah.
And that was around the same time where Vince left and Triple H started to take over, and I'm like, oh shit, like WWE is like good again. Like I'm invested in this, the bloodline. And I think for me it was when Cena came out at Money in the Bank, that first in-person show, not counting like that WrestleMania that had like restricted attendance, but like when he came out and I saw like what Roman was doing and all that, I'm like, shit, I'm hooked again. In a way, like I wasn't really as invested, years before, but WWE got better. AEW, the quality's definitely declined. All the matches just feel very same. Everybody does a dive spot. I hate that fucking spot where everybody's standing outside the ring. They're like all grouped in a corner and they just dive out like almost at least one match on every show. WWE does that too, is guilty of that. But like AEW does it like to a point of like overkill.
Yeah, unless you have Ricochet or Montez Ford in the match, nobody's diving out of the ring.
Yeah, just doing shit just to do shit.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
But no, it's just the product hasn't been good. The way that it's run, I don't necessarily agree with. Like, I mean, I was at Starcast when I was at Starcast in Labor Day weekend, this one that just passed. I mean, there were a lot of like, it was very heavy AEW presence. I wasn't as familiar with a lot of the names, but like, I mean, the one thing that I will say is that I did attend it was a behind the scenes folk like Christopher Daniels, Pat Buck, Bryce Remsburg, and you have all these wrestling minds there, and me getting started in this business, like ask for advice. I'm looking to do more backstage stuff. Like, what advice would you give me as I'm getting started here? And they have knowledgeable people backstage because I still utilize a lot of the advice from that. Like I believe it was Bryce Remsburg to like learn as much of the business as you can and make yourself indispensable. And that's something that like really sat with me because, you know, right now, I've wrestled this year, I've managed this year, I've produced matches, I've given ref time cues, I've done setups, I've done takedowns, like I've done different things and have gotten to see a lot of, you know, different sides to wrestling. And all of it not only just gives me, you know, a new appreciation for what goes into every single show, but it allows me to add to my resume to build so that, you know, maybe at some point, you know, I think I said at the beginning of this year that my goal is to start getting ready to work for at least 5 promotions. It's getting me to that point where I get that experience where I could contribute in a positive way to other wrestling companies around the area.
Yeah, how many are you at so far?
Still one.
Yeah.
We're getting there.
Yeah. But hey, good job on you for saying a lot of I's and me's the entire time. Good for you.
There's a lot of we's. See, the thing is, there
wasn't one we and all that at all. I was doing this, I'm doing this, me, my goal, I want to be. Yeah, I get it. Hey man, I get it. You know, Pacman's looking out for Pacman, man. I get it. Nothing wrong with that.
I caught myself on the podcast.
Did you?
This past week? I did. And I mentioned, I'm like, Travis says I use a lot of I's and me, so I'm going to try not to.
And yeah, look what you just did for the last 3 minutes. I did this. I did that. I'm doing this. I had the opportunity to do that.
But I guess
what's
the
best
large
for me,
right? But
I want for me, what I want to do this year, what I'm hoping to do this year. I'm looking forward to this. I get it, man.
I think the larger point is they have so much knowledge on their roster and in behind the scenes roles, and I just don't think they're utilizing those minds. You have a Tony Schiavone, you have all sorts of legends that have seen it all and they've done it all. People with 35. You got Ric Flair on your books. I think he's still around there. Why not? Why not use his knowledge? Why not use Shivani's knowledge? Why not use Jake? I don't know if Jake Roberts hasn't really been on, but
I thought he was. I don't know if I want to go to Tony Schiavone anymore. He started that whole punk thing.
He did.
Technically, yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, all right. Who's doing the IPW results?
That's me. Hi. I'm the one with the IPW results.
I am me again.
It's always I did this. I'm doing this.
Well, how did you get those results?
I got these results from the Cupcake Goddess herself. Had some car trouble, so wasn't able to make it yesterday. I had to make. That is true. That is true.
Don't lie.
That is true. That is why I was not able to make it.
You didn't want to be there because you didn't want to be in the same building as Santino and Chet.
That was like I was shocked to see that, honestly. That's like the mega powers.
No, it's not.
It's similar. There's two people involved.
No, it's not. Yeah, that's pretty much all it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a different term for that, but I'll save it for off air. I don't like it.
Yeah, that's right. Don't cancel my fucking show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Trust me, dude. Because we grew up in a different era where, you know, people like you and me, maybe not Pacman, he's still young, where we used descriptions of people that aren't correct to use today to describe friends and stuff. But when I sit there at a wrestling show, like, you know, SCW for a perfect example, the last SCW show, and I'm sitting there on commentary and there's intermission and Chet is fucking walking his stupid self around and everything. And the guy who says he doesn't want to converse with me, he doesn't want to talk with me, starts talking with me. And I tell him that we're not talking, and he keeps going on, and to the point where he realizes he has nothing to say to the things that I'm saying back to him. And he goes in the same direction that everyone else goes, and he attacks my weight. It's like, I don't know what the hell to tell you this, but it's whatever. And in my mind, it's like, if you're going to attack something personally about me, old Travis, or horrible fucking Travis, really wants to attack something about him. But I can't, because I would come out as the bad guy in that situation. So it's easier just for me to tell him to just constantly shut up. As he's, sitting there yelling, fat ass, fat ass, fat ass. And that's fine. If that's the kind of person he wants to fucking be, that's the kind of person he is. And this is why nobody fucking likes him. This is why even his most favorite fucking wrestler, James Creed, I'd never see him fucking communicate with him until like maybe a brief little fucking period. But nobody wants to fucking associate himself with a guy like Chet because he is who he is. And it's the same thing about Santino. They know that they could say shit because they can get away with it until they say it to the wrong fucking person and they get fucking dropped. But I'm not saying I'm going to drop them because I don't fucking fight. I'm not that kind of fucking person. I would prefer if Chet just left me alone like he requested me to do for him. But if you're going to sit there and fucking try to fucking get at me because I'm fat and you want to call me a fat, it's not going to fucking work. And it just proves that you cannot win or one-up me because you have to go with the personal attack. And I'm a better person than personally attacking somebody for who they are. But God, I couldn't imagine how annoying that fucking crowd was when both of them there. It almost makes me wish I did go, but at the same time, I'm glad I didn't. Because I know that with me sitting in the crowd, there's going to be a moment where, Chet would have walked by and said some shit. And I would have to sit there and make fun of him again, about being a huge fan of Nick Diamond, or the fact that Creed has lost 2 titles in the span of 2 months after only holding them for like 2 months. And, which wasn't against Creed, but I mean, whatever. Good for you, buddy, for being a champion for 8 weeks. Whew.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah. So what did happen at IPW besides the fucking 2 biggest idiots in the fucking fandom?
It started with Nick Diamond and Kindle Fire, IPW tag champs, for the open challenge for their tag team titles. The open challenge was answered by the Great Tiger along with the Great Akuma. The match ended by pinfall after a low blow behind the ref's back by Nick Diamond to the Great Tiger. Then Rion entered the ring and introduced the coach of the Homer Heat. But right after he entered, it was pointed out that the coach of the Homer Heat is Whiplash, if you remember him from PCW.
Yep.
Damian Gray then came out to the ring and, in his Damian Gray way, started insulting and taunting the Homer Heat, calling Whiplash washed up and old, and talking about how he was the future of the business and how Whiplash needed to stay in the past. Gray even brought out an old poster of Whiplash and destroyed it. And this led to a brawl between them. Rion got back in the ring and attempted to keep the peace. Ultimately, it ended with the tribal liaison himself, Rion Skills, suggesting an unsanctioned match, but it couldn't be considered a match because Whiplash being an insurance issue. So they called it an unsanctioned the reading is unsanctioned timed out, but time limit, and said that this would happen later in the show. And there is a train. Thoughts on this?
I'm kind of mad I didn't get to see it because I like Whiplash. Whiplash. There we go. I got some Whiplash talking. Yeah, good guy. Not always a good guy though. He was part of Chicago Connection at one point. They weren't the greatest of guys. Steve is part of Chicago Connection though.
Isn't everybody part of the Chicago Connection now?
No, I'm not.
No, but you're part of the LIM. I mean, you wouldn't know it by the way you're not invited to shit, but
Nubby did get an official invite to the Lovely Intoxicated Podcast Live.
Before or after I mentioned the fact that he wasn't part of it?
Before.
That's
Way
a lie.
before.
That's a
Way
lie.
before. We were talking about that after it was announced.
I actually know all about him ahead of time because I'm part of the chat. I just never get to go.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
like
you know, yeah. I got you, man. Yeah, yeah. Man, I know. Well, I can't say I know what it's like to be part of a group that wants nothing to do with you because I'm not part of any groups because I choose not to be. But I mean, I just feel like they just disrespect you in the fact that here you are, part of the LIM, and you're never invited on the podcast and live streams and part of vlogs. And yeah, I get it. It's fine.
He threw some moldy Hawaiian bread at Danny in one of the vlogs. That is true.
Mm.
We signed a petition for him to come back to Rocket Pro on the vlog.
yeah, and it got tore up thanks to the assist of
That's true.
somebody.
It sounds like a Damien Sane thing.
It was partly a Damien Sane thing, but I'm not going to say more than that because that risks other things. But I digress.
Yeah, the other part was a bit of a travesty, if you will.
That was a travesty that happened.
Who are you looking at when you're fucking saying that? Camera's up here, dude.
I know. I was looking.
Who the fuck are you talking to over there?
So I'm looking. Okay, so I have the notes on my main screen, and then I have my other screen here. So if I'm looking off to the side, I'm looking at the camera at the same.
Oh, that totally makes sense. Yeah.
Because I'm reading the notes, so it makes sense. So I'm reading.
Gotcha.
Just look outside.
So you're responding to your fucking results instead of to. Okay, gotcha. Solid. Perfect.
As you're looking out the window when you respond.
The window's over there.
Again, you're not even looking at the fucking camera when you're
you guys are
answering his question. It's over there.
You guys are to my right.
You're an idiot.
I'm a better idiot, which you can buy on tpublic.com. All right, gauntlet match. That was next. We had the special guest referee, Disco Ray. Kota Camilo entered the gauntlet at number 1, followed by Muggsy James. Muggsy James advanced. Gustavo came out next and was taken out by Muggsy James. Big Leagues then arrived at ringside to surround the ring. And it caused a distraction and allowed J.R. Lindsay to spear Muggsy and eliminate him from the gauntlet. Motivation Mike remains at ringside, and the others go to the back as Chris Van Colt enters at number 5. Fight ensues both in and out of the ring between J.R. Lindsay and Van Colt, and Van Colt advanced. Okay. Next to enter at number...
Just stop right there for a minute. Mm-hmm. Are you reading your notes right now?
I am.
Okay, so as you're reading the notes, you're looking into the camera. Yes. But you told me that your notes were over here, and you stared at them when you answered Nubby.
My notes are on my laptop that I'm looking at right now, and then when I look over here, I see you guys. You guys are to my right. I have a system.
It was so much easier.
I have a system.
So much easier. Fucking A.
Okay, so we're at Van Colt and Adonis Allen. Van Colt is clearly hurt, but tried to rally to victory, but ultimately was not able to overcome Adonis Allen. Next at number 7 was Jay Vanity. And Adonis was able to advance, but it clearly upset Jay Vanity, decided to attack Adonis instead of leaving ringside. Adonis eventually laid out in the middle of the ring and brought out one of the jerk horses, DP3, Sir Flex-a-Lot, Big Flexi. And Adonis was already laid out.
Please tell me there was a fucking show note or a cue in there that says flex like him.
No, there was
none. I wish. Are you reading these results verbatim, like exactly how she wrote it? Are
Yep,
you
because
throwing your own? Is it? God, fucking good for her. Oh, well, she
It's-
is telling a fucking story here.
she did great. She did great
Yeah.
with these notes. Shout out to the Cupcake Goddess.
It's actually Sweet Treat Goddess,
She
and
treat goddess.
maybe we have a future intern.
Ooh.
One of you should buy her a fucking shirt, though. Good for her.
Yeah.
I'd do it, but no.
So Adonis was already laid out in the ring, and DP3 pinned Adonis and advanced. The next person to enter the ring at number 9 is Renee Van Peebles. She entered very quickly and swiftly and eliminated a stunned DP3. Now, there was a masked individual who had been sitting in the front row of the show and slides in from behind Renee and reveals himself as another jerk horse in the form of Wade Evans. Wade advances, and next to enter was Brittany Kay. And with a quick upset, Wade is eliminated. And then we had the return of Mikey Peterson, who entered the ring at number 12 quickly, and he eliminated Brittany. Number 13's music hits, and out walks Corey McHenry, the medallion holder. Now, Corey was attacked by the workhorses from outside of the ring, but after a quick rally, Corey eliminated Mikey Peterson. Number 14 then, and it's Miles Mercer, the alternative champion. And Miles Mercer did advance. No comments on if he had an actual belt this month. Next to enter the ring is Jay Thunder. After suffering a devastating spear, Mercer was eliminated. And number 15 then entered the ring, and it's none other than SWA beer drinking champion and LIM member Sean Danger. During the whole gauntlet match, Damian Gray's been sitting ringside. He's, of course, a distraction to Thunder, and ultimately during this time, a confused and delusional D'Angelo Steele came to the ring, confusing Danger for Rachel, which, to be fair, when you think about it, Sean Danger really does look like the IPW Second City Championship. It's a common mistake.
I mean, you could wear him like a title. I mean,
That is true. When D'Angelo snaps back into reality and realizes it's Sean Danger, he punched Danger in the face, and that's caught by the ref, causing a disqualification to Jay Thunder. And number 16 under the rings, and it's Motivation Mike. And after Mike is eliminated, the final competitor, number 17, D'Angelo Steele, enters. Ultimately, Danger did win the gauntlet match and will face Damian Gray for the league championship in May. As Danger was celebrating in the ring, Rockin' Rivera's music hits and interrupts the celebration. He is a battered Kid Lat out to the ring, throw him to the ground, threw a chair at him, and is proceeding to attack a now defenseless Kid Lat. Ultimately, he ends up throwing Lat on top of Danger. Then the match between Rockin' and Kid Lat begins. After some time, Kid Lat was able to rally himself and pick up the win. And an angry Rockin' Rivera is then reminded that not until he successfully beats Kid Lat, he will not be part of the IPW roster. He will face no one else until he defeats Lat, and he'll get another chance to do so in May. All right. After intermission, Diesel Trax enters the ring to be the referee for the unsanctioned match. Whiplash enters the ring, and it's funny that you guys were talking about the Chicago connection, because in Whiplash's corner is PL Myers and Kingpin.
shit.
And I can't believe I missed PL Myers and Kingpin.
Oh, you had car trouble.
I legit did have car trouble. I needed
believe you.
a car to get to work today. So it was either that or
Like a wiper blade
not-
wasn't working. What was the
it
problem?
wasn't the wiper blade. It was the
fucking tank was on E. What was the problem?
battery. My battery died.
Oh yeah, my
I had
battery
to-
died.
to
What
get my
fucking car are
dad
you
to-
driving when your battery's dying?
Hyundai, but I think I left the door open.
I haven't had a battery die in a car since I owned a '91 Grand Prix.
I let the
Fucking
I left the door open and the battery drained overnight, so I had to have my dad charge it.
door open. What the fuck is wrong with you?
And it was either that or I don't have a card.
Hey, man, I
Get
get
to
it.
work.
Hey, man, it's fine. Totally understand. I get it. You're car trouble.
But Whiplash introduced himself and his team and called every player one at a time. And after the 12th player of the Homer Heat was announced, Gray entered and began the attack. The match has a 25-minute time limit. Whiplash and Gray battled back and forth and blow for blow in and out of the ring. Gray took every chance to taunt the kids and Whiplash the whole time. And after a back and forth of submissions, the last of which found Damian Gray starting to be on the losing end, the match finally ended in a time's up. So it was a time limit draw. The last match of the evening and the main event was Ewok versus the Soul Taker. It was a hard-hitting battle between two of the best, and they went blow for blow. The thunderous chops from Soul Taker gave the famous Marche chops a run for their money, and I believe the Sweet Treat Goddess on that. That's actually going to be an interesting matchup idea. We might have to book it somewhere. With every blow, the crowd wrenched in agony for Ewok, and in the end, no souls matter, and the Soul Taker once again collected. And after the match, the Soul Taker was still hungry for another soul to take, so he took the referee's soul. And that was IPW. The next show is May 26th, the Ingression Tournament.
Oh, it's on my birthday. Look at that.
Yeah.
I believe.
Isn't it a 2-night show?
No, it's not. I did
Not
get
now?
clarification. It is not a 2-night show.
Oh, not anymore, huh? Okay.
Yes. I have my sources. In that
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cute.
All right. Do we want to talk about POW next or RPW?
Oh, I'm gonna do POW. I'll get
Okay.
it done now. Though it'll be quick. POW Entertainment returns to the American Legion post 7-0. Well, I guess before I do this, anything you guys want to comment on from IPW?
I'm mad I missed PL Myers.
How did the crowd not know that the masked man was a workhorse? He smells.
He does.
Couldn't smell the stench of a cow
Right?
or a pig.
No. While
Or a horse.
they're spooning in bed with livestock. I mean, they're fucking girlfriends, but whatever. Good job for fucking Danger. Is this like Danger's like first like big time title fucking opportunity? I don't know anything about him other than he walks around drunk, but
He was the tag team champion.
I mean
over
like
the summer.
like the title.
That title.
Like the show title.
I believe that'll. I think this is like the big thing. Like the
I
biggest
think that's
match.
his first. Yeah, I think this is his first.
Good for him.
Yeah.
POW Entertainment returns to the American Legion post 703 in Fox Lake on Saturday, May 4th. For May the 4th be with you. 703 North Route 12 in Fox Lake. Doors open at 6. Showtime's at 7. Less than 25 seats available. You can buy them online. Save $5. Front row sold out. Second row sold out. General admission less than 25. Right now we're looking at the POW Heavyweight Championship with special guest Eric Freedom as champion. Kazile takes on POW's Hall of Famer and first ever CCW/POW Heavyweight Champion Lumberjack Mike Blade. POW Tag Team Championships are on the line as the Reckoning will defend against the Irish Pub Army. Axel Rico, current POW Midwest champion, will put his title on the line against Acid Jazz. Alongside him will be Chris Hedford. Bombshell Shelly Benson will take on Maggie Lee. Mateo Valentine will take on Moondog Greg Murray. Disposable Income with Tiny will take on Heroes of Our Time. And Mason Perks will go one-on-one with Will Emery. Additional matches will occur, could be announced beforehand, but that's what's going on right now. And of course, subject to change if needed. But yeah. Hey, I forgot, I was going to ask, Actually, I might have, but what's going on with Moondog at CCW or CSW? I'm sorry.
Oh yeah.
Like I know he got his hand broken shit, but
He's back. I mean,
he wasn't at the last show, right? I don't
he
remember
was.
hearing about
He
it.
was a lumberjack. He was a lumberjack.
Okay, gotcha.
Lumberjack dog. A lumberjack dog.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I don't remember if I asked, but I don't think I did. And I was like, I wonder if maybe he's still recovering from the hand injury, but
No, because he was still wrestling after that. He was wrestling other places. He had a hand brace on or something, and talk about selling.
fuck yeah. All right, let's talk about NWA for the first time ever.
That's right. NWA Chicago, to be specific, as NWA is now bringing the territories to the world again. Talk about making wrestling great again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. NWA Chicago for their second time will be having a show this Friday night, May the 3rd, at the Studio One in Highland Park. I gotta remember, not Franklin Park, Highland Park, Illinois. That is 1799 Green Bay Road. Ugh. Green Bay. Ugh. That sucks. Football reference. You get it?
I
I
got it.
For those listening.
In my head, the Mr. Kennedy fucking intro was happening because he was from Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Oh yeah, true that.
Yeah.
Green Bay Road. Green Bay Road.
Bell time is at 7:30 p.m. I want to say maybe doors open at 6:30, maybe 6. Who knows? That was not listed. Tickets you can get via the Eventbrite link on their Facebook page or their webpage at NWAChicago.com. That is NWA/Chicago. Let's see. What do we have here? Oh, for the junior heavyweight title, it is Charlie Adams, who was an Alpha Zeta Zeta member at one point. He'll be taking on Joe Alonzo, who is the current junior heavyweight champion. For the World Heavyweight Championship, we have EC3, who is the NWA World Heavyweight Champion, taking on Mario Pardua and Mims in a triple threat match. Then we got Steve Boz taking on Daisy Kill. Brian Idol will be taking on Axel Rico. And in a triple threat women's match, we have Lily Pascadita taking on Natalia Markova and Maggie Lee. And that is the card as of right now for NWA Chicago, taking place this Friday, May the 3rd, at Studio One, 1799 Green Bay Road in Highland Park, Illinois. Bell time is 7:30 p.m. Tickets are on the Eventbrite link on the Facebook page or the website, NWAChicago.com. Oh, and Steve Aaron is ring announcing again.
Hey, I know that guy.
Good for you.
Yeah.
I'm actually going through and see how easy it is to find the tickets, and it is difficult.
I believe on the Facebook page, the link is in one of the comments on one of the posts.
Yeah, they post so much, dude. God, they're not like us at all. $25 ain't bad for a ticket. Limited front rows are 35 and general admission 25. Awesome. Anyways, I don't know. Fucking Friday shows are fucking difficult, bro, especially up in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
And this is north, like way north.
Yeah.
Shit.
You gonna go?
I think I got something going on, but I have to check my shit.
Oh, car trouble?
Too
Yeah, man.
soon.
You're planning for car trouble that day?
I don't know. I might be combing my hair.
Oh, there you go. Solid. Excellent.
Comb might get stuck.
All right, we got Rocket Pro.
That we do.
I'm gonna wait for one moment to see what you do, and if you do what I expect you to do, I'm gonna call you out on it.
Okay.
I'm excited for this too because I know you're gonna do exactly what I think you're gonna do, and I'm gonna be able to call you out on it. So go ahead.
We're gonna go right into the card.
Yeah.
Rocket Pro Wrestling kicks on 66 this Saturday, May the 4th. From doors open at 4, bell time is at 5. Tickets are $15 general admission, and front row is $20. There is an additional $5 fee for fan access, which I will talk about later.
Why don't you do that first?
Because you're going to call me out on it.
Has nothing to do with fan access.
It hasn't?
No.
Okay. So fan access is from 2 to 4. And you can meet all your favorite Rocket Pro Wrestling stars. This will be before the main show at 4. And you can meet all your stars. You can buy their merchandise. You can come watch the LIM do a live version of the podcast on the St. Joe's Park stage.
How long is your live show? It's not the whole time.
No, I think we got about an hour.
So is it 2 to 3 or 3 to 4 or what?
That I don't have the details.
How the fuck are you not advertising the time you're going to be on, man?
Because we have that from 2. The fan access is from 2 to 4. I should get a schedule later this week.
Yeah, but you should find out what time you're on. You know, if you're out here advertising, it's like we go on at 2:30. We're doing from 2:30 to 3:30, or because somebody's like, man, I want to make it, but I want to be there for the LIM, but I need to know what time it is so I can know what time to be there and all. I mean, come on now, man.
We will post details on the LIM page as soon as I have more information.
Then what's the point of talking about it on the show if you don't have the details for it? What's the point of talking about it right here if you have no information for it?
Well, but the fan access, the big point is the fan access goes from 2 to 4 p.m. and it includes your favorite superstars and the Lovely Intoxicated Podcast live.
What
our
superstars?
Season finale. Well, we'll have Turtle there. I've seen Chet Gunderson there. Steve Michaels. Damian Satan will be around. I'm sure the Idols will be around. I'm sure Youth Gone Wild will be around. But all your favorite Rocket Pro Wrestling stars.
Just to be clear, it sounded like you said Turtle and then a bunch of fucking heels.
Well, I mean, I was just...
And Chet Gunderson. But
Chet Gunderson, Captain Dave will be there.
Because we know Maximus Orion won't be around. He already
Maximus
said that.
Orion will be there. Bill Shelley, I did confirm. It's an LIN breaking news.
I'm sorry.
We'll go to this.
I believe I listened to the Lovely Intoxicated podcast. And I believe after Maximus Orion was belittling you and Tony about your pettiness, says that he's not going to be around because he has to get the show started.
He'll be here and there.
Really? Because that's not what he said. He said he's going to be inside getting the show set up.
Oh, yeah, he'll be doing that, but he'll be... Yeah. You'll see him.
But who wants to see him?
You know...
If I want to see him, I'll just go back and watch fucking 1990 Undertaker.
Damn. Well, he'll be around. And...
Sorry. Here's the thing. And I was thinking about this the other day. I can't remember what the hell brought it up. Never mind. We're good.
Yeah.
We'll move on from that. We're fine. We're fine. Okay, so fan access you got wrestlers selling their merch, wrestlers signing shit. I know the first fan access, not the last one. They did like water balloons and shit like that. Are they doing something similar like that again, or?
Not that I know of.
I think that was.
Oh, not that you know. So you know nothing about what's going on.
I know that our favorite superstars will be there, and the LIM will be doing a live version of the Lovely Intoxicated podcast.
But again, that's what you're saying. Our favorite superstars, Turtle, Gunderson, and then a bunch of heels.
Professor Blackburn will be there.
A heel.
C-Red will be there.
That
was a bad example.
Our favorite superstars: Turtle, a CEO, a team that hates me, a team that hates everybody. But they're all gonna be there. Like, what the fuck, man? Is Final Level gonna be there? But you didn't mention them. Are they gonna be there?
Believe so.
You believe? I'm okay.
I am not running that list for the record.
But you should know, right? I mean, as part of the behind the scenes fucking dude who's promoting the shit, they should give. And it's not on you, Pacman. I don't want you to think that I'm picking on you, because I'm really not. But this is the shit that I hate when it comes to fucking independent wrestling, is that you're advertising this fan access for months. Why don't you release the shit that's actually going on? Who's going to be there and everything, so people have an idea of who's going to fucking be there. You know, some of the event, and again, I'm not picking on Rocket Pro Wrestling. Other companies do this shit too. It's like, make sure you come out because we're gonna have so and so, in action. What's he doing? Fucking special guest refereeing? Is he just wrestling? Is he just gonna come on and cut a fucking promo? Like, what the fuck is he doing? It's like it's almost like it's like a walking fucking clickbait. It's like, tell me who the fuck's gonna be there, what they're gonna be fucking doing. And again, Pacman, this is nothing on you. You can only give me the information that you have. But it bothers me that you are personally, connected to the owners of the company, but you get no information until 4 days before the show. Like, come on. I fucking hate that so much. My bad. That's on me. That's my own personal shit, and I apologize. So, fan access, a lot of superstars. Turtle's going to be there. Gunderson, a lot of LIM guys. Final Level may be in attendance. Idols will be there. Undeniable is going to be there.
The Coyotes will be there.
Coyotes
will be there with King Leeds.
You said Youth Gone Wild might be there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so cool. Von Jaeger maybe.
Yeah, he'll be there.
Von Jaeger, yep.
Von Jaeger will be there. Okay, cool. So, and yeah, you know what? Good on you for fucking sharing your interviews too, by the way, because they're entertaining as fuck.
I mean, it's a $20. I'm just waiting for that $20 from J-Beck for that cleaning bill, because he creamed me, and
I thought you said it was 18.
Oh, it was 20.
Oh, it's 20. Okay.
20. Unbelievable.
Yeah, what a dick.
Yeah, like I just asked him for some cookies, and he creams me. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, you hear what you're saying, right? Like, you hear how it sounds, right?
No, it was cream. It was, you put it in your coffee.
New soundbite coming up. Tom, you got this.
Yeah, if I don't hear Pacman on Fourth Mother Box going, he creamed me, I think I'm gonna kick him off fucking Freaknet Studios, because that's the perfect fucking sidebite. He creamed me.
I just opened myself up, didn't I?
That's also a solid soundbite. I just opened myself. You are crushing this. What a fucking soldier here, buddy. You are fantastic. Fan access, St. Joe's Park is behind the building. So it starts at 2 p.m. It goes until 4 o'clock when the show opens up. And the bell time's at 5 o'clock for the show. Okay. Is there anything? I know there is. I don't know if it's been announced yet. What is the special at Captain Dave's Galley for this show?
It has been announced. Okay, and awesome. It is, let me go back to Captain Dave's Facebook, a breaking source of news, so I can tell you.
Deep fried Oreo.
Deep fried Space Dunk Oreos.
Yeah. Space Dunk, yeah.
That may get me out to Joliet.
Because it's got
I love deep fried Oreos.
It's the cosmic one with the poppin' candy and the cream.
Oh, God, I hope not.
It is.
Fuck things up.
Hey, I know what might get you out to Joliet.
What's that?
Potential LIM induction.
Oh, fuck it.
Offer.
Kaylee's gonna be there, right? Now fucking giving out to Joe yet. Perfect. What's going on? Speaking of hot women that I really never talked to, where's Gunderson's niece at?
Oh, his daughter?
Yeah, the daughter. Yeah, the only fucking LAM member I give a shit about.
She's on a study abroad program in Prague for her optometry degree.
Gotcha.
And she's the only thing that Chet has said is that with her optometry program, she's been doing a lot of sightseeing.
So she is sightseeing, or she is seeing sight?
She is seeing sight, and she is sightseeing. Man, who would have thought, like, being an eye doctor that would allow you to sightsee?
Close yourself up, Pacman. All right, let's get to the fucking. Let's get to the match. Nubby, do you have any plans for what you're going to do for fan access?
What you gonna do, brother?
Well,
Well,
I will be there selling some merch. Please buy my shit. I need the money and I want to get rid of it. I'm also going to be joining the LIM
you will.
on their podcast.
You will be part of that.
Gotcha.
And I've heard someone else is joining, but I'll deal with that.
Yeah, I heard. I think that's what started that was another thing that fucking Will was bitching about is fucking your Steve Steve Michaels.
RPW champion Steve Michaels will be with us on the Lovely Intoxicated Podcast live.
So what's
champion? I don't mind.
So what's the plan for the podcast? Like, is it sit down interviews? Is it skits? What is the plan for the live show?
It's going to be a mix of everything.
Gotcha.
There will be interviews, there will be skits, there will be bits. Simp might be bringing a game, so there could be some crowd participation involved. Could be some wrestler participation involved. But we're planning for a really, really fun show.
And who's scheduled to appear from the LIM?
It will be Smiley McGee. The Rack is back, by the way.
So Smiley is going to be there because when you did your video promo on Facebook, you failed to mention him.
I will explain that reason off air.
Oh, excellent. Yeah, cool. Because I know you always made a joke about, he's going to look for corn and got to repair carnival rides or wherever the fuck people.
Well, he's a busy man. I mean, Indiana Beach is open, I think. So,
is he really working in Indiana Beach?
Yeah, that's what he left. He left. He, became the roller coaster repairman, and he's the man who's looking for things that are more than just corn in Indiana.
So the sole responsibility for safety on those rides fall in the hands of Giggles?
Yes. It was an offer he couldn't refuse. And no, that doesn't mean that Tony Gabagool had anything to do with it.
I mean, why would it? Tony Gabagool's not really Italian, and fucking Giggles was the mole. I mean, come on now.
He wasn't the mole.
That's
okay. So that actually was proven by Simp's investigation into Smiley that there is no mole within the LIM, and that Smiley was never a mole.
Of course he was. I mean, it's been proven. Of course he is.
Simp was Tony Gabagool's neutral and private investigator and internet hacker extraordinaire to the ages, and his purpose was to determine who the mole is in LIM. And if you remember back in the summer, Simps gave the results of that investigation and said that there is no mole and Josh is free to go.
You know what I remember is Gabagool and Giggles sitting at a fucking park bench with each other, threatening to reveal information about one another, and they mutually decided not to do it because it could cause harm to both of them if they did it. So what else would it be other than the fact that Tony Gabagool is not really Italian and Giggle Monster has something to do with the mole information?
Well, I mean, there's clearly a thing of mutually assured destruction. Whatever each person's hiding, I have no idea. But that is I see that as a between them thing that has nothing to do with me.
Of course it is. It's between them, but let's put it out on social media so everyone can watch it. Yeah.
Hey, I wasn't the one that
Wrestling.
I wasn't the one that filmed that.
No.
I wasn't even there. I wasn't even there.
But somebody uploaded it, and they uploaded it on the LIM Facebook, and you're the leader of the LIM, so.
I mean, as long as they're getting along, and they've been gotten along beautifully since then, there's been a lot of harmony since last summer. We've come a long way since then.
Yeah.
I mean, there's obviously the issue between me and Danny, but we'll settle that June 4th at Wrigley.
Yeah, because Danny's not going to be there.
Yeah, Danny will. Danny is the only member.
Fucking supporter of all I am. Proud.
You know, that's my thing. He's got a big platform that he can espouse all the bullshit he wants about me. And you know what? Honestly, Danny is someone.
Look at the fucking camera when you're talking. What the hell? What are you looking down at?
I'm reflecting.
Are you pep talking your fucking dick or something? Look at us. Look at us. There are people. Here's the thing, Pax. Nobody is just audio anymore. We have video, and nobody wants to look at your fucking hat while you're trying to fucking build up a promo. Look at me.
I was thinking.
I get that, for the love of God, though. Quit looking at your fucking junk when you're talking about your brother.
So, here's the thing with Danny.
Who's over there? Who the fuck is over there? Look at the camera, damn it.
I'm trying to monologue.
Nubby, new fucking rule. Nubby, new fucking rule.
There's a new
fucking rule. If he's not looking at the camera, his promo fucking stops.
Ooh.
Cut your promo at the camera or you're done.
Hi, I'm PX.
For the love of God.
I am the LIM champion for 149 days.
Oh, has it been that long?
And it has been that long.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
How many title defenses?
There have been 3 title defenses.
Fucking Roman.
Hey, but there's gonna be a 4th, June 4th, Wrigley Field. And here's what I'm gonna say about Danny missing the Lovely Intoxicated Podcast Live and fan access.
Yeah, do it.
Here's my thinking on why. Yeah. It's because, as you saw when he was on the show and Gabagool had that moment where he tried to bring us back on the same page or interview us or whatever it was he was trying to do. Mm-hmm. Danny was very, very unfocused, and you all saw it. He started talking about Turtle. He started talking about the dog. Everything but the LIM championship.
Yeah.
And I think, in my heart of hearts, because if he were going to it, I would have put my title on the line at fan access.
Yeah.
And the thing is, he's so unfocused and he's so busy thinking of so many other things that, and he realized that I was right. And he knows that if he would have shown up to fan access, that he would lose to his older brother in front of his parents, in front of everybody. And he's someone that's talked about the LIM championship nonstop ever since that belt was reintroduced last summer. Even when he relinquished it to me. And regardless of that fact, unlike him, I've actually defended the title. I've retained the title. I'm not afraid to lose the title like he was. And now maybe he's thinking that he made a mistake. And he claims that it's on loan, but so is every piece of art at the Guggenheim.
That's true.
So even if he's not there, come June 4th at Wrigley Field, in the town where it all started for me and Danny, I'm going to walk out of that ballpark with the LIM title still around my waist, with Old Style still in my hand, because Danny is going to be thinking of nothing but strikes and balls, and I'm going to be thinking of going to the concession stand and getting Old Style after Old Style after Old Style.
That's one thing I agree with you, man. It's like I think he truly gave that up to you because he realized that he cannot be a fighting champion. Because anyone who's a fighting, I mean, good question. Hey, Nubby,
So,
how many titles have you just given away?
none.
Right? And do you know why? Because fighting champions don't do that shit. Because here's the thing, he could have easily said, Pat, bro, I want you to come out with the LIM title to the match, but I'd like it back when you're done. No, he forfeited it. Because when you forfeit, you realize that you cannot do what that title needs you to do. So I will agree with you on that. I don't think Danny I mean, it's obvious he doesn't have the maturity to be a fucking champion. I mean, we've seen it happen it happened like fucking, Randy Orton. Randy Orton, he became champion, but wasn't mature enough for the responsibilities and lost it. And I think Danny had that realization. He wasn't grown up enough, had the maturity level to accept that responsibility. And I think it kind of crumbled him a little bit. So I wish you the best of luck on June 4th or whatever the fuck, a Cubs game, whatever the hell you're doing.
That's a Tuesday, by the way.
It is.
So you're missing the Power Hour.
They already know. I let them know.
Gotcha. So fan access is 2 to 4 before the show starts. LIM, I guess, is the host of it in a way, putting on a live show and shit like that. So let's get to the match card.
The match card for Kicks on 66. Yeah. We have Shaq Jordan versus POWW versus Grin.
Yeah, buddy. I'm proud of that one.
What's C Red upset about? Is he still afraid of Grin?
Yes, he doesn't want his mind freed.
Nope.
I told him to wear a tinfoil hat. He'll be fine.
This is just a straight up triple threat. It's not a number one contendership or anything, right? Just straight up
triple threat, and it's more of a I wouldn't say a test, but maybe it is for Shaq Jordan because you got POW who's a monster, and you got Grin who's a legend in the Midwest, and I guess we could say we're gonna test Shaq Jordan. He's one of my favorite guys now. Like, the moment I saw him, I thought he belonged on TV, and I want to see him succeed, and I think this is a good way to test him out. So.
Yeah, there's only a few guys that really hit the scene and jump into this business and just excels at a rapid rate. I mean, we've seen it with James Creed, but I've never seen anyone do it as fast as Shaq has. And it's not just Rock and Pro Wrestling, it was IPW and Frontline and shit too. So if people aren't booking fucking Shaq Jordan, you need to fucking book Shaq Jordan. Speaking of which, did anyone else see the post that James Creed put out there asking if anyone's looking for anyone on May 4th?
Mm-hmm.
Was there any did you think about that a little bit, Nubby, on maybe making it a possibility?
I thought about it, and if I'm able to make it happen, because there's still a few more days, I have an opponent in mind, but I won't.
Yeah, it's a stack card right now, obviously. Right. So it's
But if I can fit it in, I'm going to, and I already have an opponent picked out for him, and it's gonna be one of those matches that is just gonna happen. But I want to see it, and James Creed actually agrees. He wants that. He wants to see it, but he wants to be in it. You know what I mean? It's something he would want.
I mean, I'm going to take credit for it, but it's okay.
You could take credit for it. I mean,
Well, I take credit for him saying that, like putting a post out there, because at the SCW show, I told him, I was sitting outside talking to Doris and everything, and Creed walked by, and I was like, "Hey, man, just out of curiosity, just me and Nubby were talking outside of the podcast and everything, and we are talking about how we realized like we never really seen you wrestle anywhere than SCW or ARW in like the course of the last few months." And he's like, "Yeah, I've been thinking about branching out." I'm like, "Dude, you fucking should." And now he's fucking out there, advertising for. I'm not saying I would take credit for him to show up at Rocket Pro, but I do take credit for him to just at least go on social media and say, "Anybody have anywhere that's wrestling May 4th?" Rocket Pro was one that popped up, and I think POW was the other one.
mm-hmm.
So I hope he does get booked somewhere else, because he does need to get back out there and be like the James Creed before the knee injuries. And I think Rocket Pro would be an interesting place to go. I mean, there's guys like fucking God, who would I want to see him fucking wrestle? Gunner Brave would be a fucking solid one. Shaq Jordan would be great, but he's already booked in a match. Fucking Pacman, that'd be a fucking good one.
The bags in the house.
Yeah.
Not,
never make that fucking noise while looking down ever again. No, it's not a fucking cookie down there, you idiot.
I like cookies.
But Creed would be an interesting fucking Rocket Pro a guy. And I don't know if maybe he has, but I don't think he's ever wrestled in the Joliet area. He's gone up north to POW and shit. So I mean, if he's able to get on the card, that'd be fantastic. But again, it's really difficult to try to work in another match into an already stacked card that you guys have. So, but that triple threat's awesome. If that's an opener, that's a fantastic opener. But obviously, we don't know the order of these matches. So, yeah, if Shaq wins, does that put him back in front of the line for a title opportunity?
In a perfect world, I'd say so.
I guess for you, because we know you have a match tonight, or on May 4th.
You have a match tonight. You should get going.
Shut the fuck up, idiot.
Better idiot. tpublic.com.
That's right. Search Freaknet. Based on the outcome of your match, you would have to say if he would be moved forward. Right. So, in your opinion, would that move him back up front?
Most definitely.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. What's the next match, Pacman?
We next have, for the Intercounty Championship, Jesus DeSafio taking on his old friend, Joseph Von Yeager.
It's been a couple months since Von Yeager's been there, right?
Yeah, this is his... Wait, what was your question?
It was a couple months since he's been there. He didn't wrestle last month.
In March. March was the last time he was here.
Okay, so he just missed last month. Because I know was March when he had that, like, tag team?
Yes.
Gotcha. I don't know if your guys' screen went black, but mine did for a second. It was fucking goofy. Okay, so the tag team match was in March, and he wasn't there in April, so cool. Hey, I mean, I'm excited. I think that'd be a good match. Fucking Von Yeager, I think he's one of those young guys who fucking just caught on quick.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, we haven't seen much from Rion at Rocket Pro. Well, I guess outside the ring, Rion's been seen, but involved inside at Rocket Pro. That's another thing, too. The outcome of your match, does Rion get a chance to come back?
He's got an open invitation now.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Excellent. Cool. Next match here, Pacman.
We have Hartenbauer, Bucky, and a mystery partner. They're going as overall, taking on Connor Hopkins, Damian DeShane, and Brooks Berna. Now, the big thing with this is after his match last month with Koa, Christian Rose was invited by Nuke to come to Kicks on 66 to support Hopkins, DeShane, and Berna and try to make things right.
I'm sorry, say that again.
So, Christian Rose was invited by Nuke after his match last month with Koa to come and watch the show. And so because there was that thought that Christian Rose had where he was considering leaving Rocket Pro after he apologized for the craziness of this whole year. and
Yeah,
Nuke still invited him.
It's fine. I don't get I don't get what Nuke is doing though. Because again, if I remember correctly, and I wasn't there, I watched the video. Rose did or did not knock Nuke on his ass.
He did hit Nuke.
And Nuke did or did not tell the damn Coyotes, fix this or I'm gonna have to.
That he did.
So what the fuck? So what? He just like, hey, you know what? It's the next day. I guess I'm over it.
And we got to see if Christian Rose is going to come to the park.
Yeah. You think he's gonna be the mystery partner?
I mean, it is a possibility, and that was something we discussed on the Lovely Intoxicated podcast as a possibility. But who knows? Who knows who it could be?
It's a logical choice, but is Christian Rose that far gone where he's gonna side with Bucky?
That's the tricky thing with it.
Yeah.
Where's he gonna sit in the bar the whole time?
That's a possibility.
Or just not show up at all.
Right.
Yeah. All right, what you got next there, Pacman?
We have for the Rocket Pro Wrestling Championship a triple threat between Dreambreaker Aaron Stone, Koa Laxamana, and Steve Michaels. Stone's been a frequent target of the Undeniable. Koa still has an axe to grind with the Undeniable, especially with Steve Michaels after the attack on Khalees in February. But Michaels has been a dominant champion and dominant throughout the season at Rocket Pro, taking out guys like Lennox Leone.
Not just in Illinois either.
Darius Luttrell, defending the title in Hawaii.
Yeah.
So this is another big title match. And then you have
who booked this match?
That would have been Nubby.
Me.
Yeah. Did you put two people who hate Michaels in the same match on purpose?
In a way, I guess you could say I did. I mean, Saint saying the same thing. He's saying I'm stacking the deck against them. Well, really, I'm just giving two people opportunities to get their revenge after getting screwed. I mean, we saw Aaron Stone get screwed by Saint, causing that disqualification. I mean, sure. Now, this might be something that you might argue with me about, because I've called you out on some shit.
Mm-hmm.
And you probably would ask why I didn't just restart it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, most cases, not all matches need to be restarted, I guess. In that case, a disqualification was made or happened, and I'm just like, I can't just go out there every time and say, oh, restart this match because Damian Saint's a piece of shit and got himself involved. Sometimes you just have to take the referee's, call. It is what it is. But I get it. I understand. I still don't agree. I still don't agree with what happened, but that's fine.
It's a rough terrain to fucking travel. I mean, here's the thing. I don't want you to think that I'm questioning you booking this match, because it's going to be a great fucking match, and I don't think it matters Koa and Stone's personal issues with Michaels, because I think the title is going to dictate their actions, not this. I don't think it's going to come down to where Stone and Koa are going to kumbaya together and take out fucking Michaels. No. They're all going to fight each other because all of them want to be that fucking guy. Right. It was slightly unique. I mean, it's interesting. There's an abundance of triple threats on this card, which I know a lot of people aren't fans of triple threats. I don't mind them because it gets more guys in the ring. And you look at a guy like Koa, Stone, and Michaels, like their wrestling techniques aren't the same. So you get different kinds of feels and different moments in those matches that are going to be fucking incredible. And no, I'm not going to, mention the fact that you got mad at me because I didn't change the results of your title gauntlet thing. I get that you're upset about that, and we have moved on from it. And I'm not going to question the fact that you have to see the situation through my eyes now. And, we can move all past that and everything. Right. But anyways, I don't want you to think that I was questioning what you did. I was just wondering if I know why Stone's in it. I guess I kind of question why Stone's in it, because Stone had his rematch. And I guess because Saint interfered, he got another opportunity.
All right.
Koa had an opportunity to be the number one contender, lost that match to Michaels. So I'm guessing what he's got put into it to give him a little bit of retribution for what Michaels did to Kayleigh, I'm guessing.
So, yeah, you also got to think about it like this. Even though the match was no disqualification, Koa was still coerced into saying I quit because of Steve Michaels' actions.
Yeah.
And now, at the time, I couldn't do anything. Obviously being locked up in my office, but at the same time, after thinking about it, there was no way I could have overturned it either way. Could I have stopped it? Yes, I probably could have done something to stop it.
But then you're interfering in the match, and
yes and no. It's not really interfering. It's really stopping what's happening, of stopping interference.
Yeah, but then you're altering the outcome of the match, and then you're you're involved in a situation that's no different than what everyone is blaming Saint for.
Well, not really, because it was Saint and idiot Devin August putting Koa in handcuffs. Two people who are not in the match.
Yeah, but what was the stipulation of the match?
Obviously, it was an I quit match, no
Yes.
disqualifications.
Yeah,
but
the thing is, dude, is like, and again, it's nothing against you, but you shouldn't have to get involved. There could have been other guys who went out there to rescue him. You have to be impartial as a general manager, man.
And so should
Should
Damian
Saint? Yes, Damian Saint
now,
should.
that would have been me intervening in Damian Saint's. I have to, intervene. I have to offset some of the bullshit he does.
Okay,
and if I had not been there, if I was there, I would have stopped him at least.
Yeah, but you were locked in your somebody locked you into your office, right?
Yeah.
Was that the moment? Yeah, that was the time.
Yeah, that was it. And I believe
I remembered that shit. Can we acknowledge that for a minute? I remembered something.
You remembered something. Holy shit.
I acknowledge it.
Fucking nutty.
Thanks. So I could have stopped it at least. Stopped something. But obviously shit happened. And Koa was coerced into saying I quit. And by Steve Michaels doing what he was doing to Kayleigh. To me, that's bullshit. That's bullshit.
I will tell you though, I think he took a little bit too long to say I quit. I mean,
yeah, I agree.
Maybe a little bit too long, but
a little too long. His priorities were probably in a bundle right there or in a twist. But hey, that's all Koa. But so with that said, regardless of what was happening, say Aaron Stone got his title back, no matter what, Koa was facing Steve Michaels at Kickstone 66, regardless. But because Stone got screwed by Damian Saint, I had to give him another chance.
It's like
make it a triple threat.
It's like you're trying to right multiple Saint wrongs, and I could understand that, and I said there's no way that those two guys are going to team up on Michaels, but honestly, that may be the best fucking route to go, is to eliminate Michaels and focus on those. I mean, obviously it's not an elimination match, but get him out of the ring and then Stone and Koa going at it may be the best route, because fucking Michaels is a big fucking dude.
Yeah, that they have the team up, but at the same time they can't keep their eye off the prize, because it was mentioned on the LIM podcast that if they continue to just fight each other after they take Steve Michaels out, you're giving him time to get his shit back together, get his shit in gear.
Yeah.
And he'll come in and he'll start blasting, and then that's the end of it. So they have to strategize together, but at the same time, they're going to have to fight each other, but keep an eye out.
Yeah. Now, as far as outside interference goes and everything, obviously Stone and Koa are going to have to keep an eye on Undeniable, whether it's J-Beck, Saint, or the Janetti of the fucking Kings of the Six, or Schultz, or whatever. But there's one more factor I think people need to realize, is that briefcase that Gunnar Brave still has is still out there, correct?
Yep.
It is.
There,
And as far as I know, Gunnar Brave's not booked on this show, but it doesn't mean that
Nope.
he's not gonna be there.
right?
So
Ooh.
that could be something that people could see. You know, if Michaels, Koa, and Stone, hard hitting motherfuckers, end up just destroying each other till there's nothing left, and you finally have a winner, regardless of who it is, that
Mhm.
new champion can have a very short title reign if Gunnar Brave finds that opportunity, and if he's even there. You know, there's nothing saying he's going to be there, but if he's there, that briefcase still exists.
Indeed, it does.
So
It does.
next match, Pax.
So it's actually not a match, it's a segment. And it's Skylar Reed calling out Devin August after Devin August hit him with Damian Saint's cane last month.
Yep.
And this was time that I believe Nubby allowed Skylar Reed.
Yeah, and I may have to, I guess, come clean a little bit about what happened. So I made it sound a little bit nicer. The conversation I had with Skylar Reed, more or less, he demanded to have this time to call out Skylar Reed or to Devin August, call out Devin August. Now, I don't take demands lightly. I don't believe you should be demanding anything out of me. But I'm gonna give you what you want. And as Rian says, there's always a catch.
Always.
But there's also a method to my madness. I'm giving Skylar Reed this time. What he does with it, that's all on him. And what he chooses to do is again on him. But if it if things go down the way I hope it does, it works out.
I hope it does. Well, Reed's gonna have to be careful because he's gonna go out there, and I don't think he has a friend in that fucking locker room.
No, he doesn't. Um, and we're not friends. I mean, we both made it clear that even though he wasn't one of the ones that jumped me at Fall Brawl, he's still an undeniable member, or was at this point. I thanked him for saving me from the match. I get it. Whatever, he's trying to turn over a new leaf, but
Was
once
it
you're
a maple
undeniable,
leaf?
Canada.
um, and once you're undeniable, you're hard to trust.
That's true.
But as general manager, I'm gonna let him do what he's gonna do, and maybe things will work out.
Yeah. I gave up on trusting that dude the moment he believes that fucking ham is bacon. What's the next match, Pacman? They call
The
it
next
fucking ham Canadian bacon. It's just fucking ham. But
the next match is actually Turtles match. The match to determine the sole general manager of Rock Pro Wrestling, the Amazing Turtle versus Damian Saint. This match was made last month, and both of these guys have wrestled since. Saint wrestled in March, Turtle wrestled again in April, but
If
he's
you call
also
what he did wrestling, but whatever.
hey, Pac-Man calls what he did wrestling, man. So it's a very fucking
Mr.
Well,
1-0 for a
gray,
reason, buddy.
fucking gray area. You know,
I'll just
Danger
say
gray
it.
area.
I don't know.
Just,
I don't know what
I'll
was
say
more.
it though.
I don't know what's more gentle. Fucking the placement of the beer can after he took a swig, or that kick he did to do the stunner.
I'll just say this: Pat did more than Damian Saint did.
That is true, but he did go into that fucking match like he was Tom, very gingerly.
I did. I mean, we came out with the victory regardless.
Right? We gotta talk about fourth mother box at one point. So I mean,
that's true. He is a ginger.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to watch the video yet. I'm actually going to now that I'm reminded of it. When we're done recording, because I do want to see the ending to the show. Between you and Damian Saint, because from what I've been told, it's a very intense 7 fucking minutes. And I'm just curious on how that looked and shit. So,
Well, in my eyes, it looked all right from a GM standpoint. But hey,
Well, you weren't laying in a corner, fucking, gawking at somebody. So I'm guessing it's better
nah.
than So, yeah, dude. So yeah, you're putting your GM ship on the fucking line. You ready for that?
I'm as ready as I can be. But let me just say that this is all Damian Saint's fault for the GM spots going up or going online because all I did was challenge him to a match.
Yeah.
He wanted to bring my general manager position up, but sure, I'm that confident enough that I can beat him. But I was just hoping for 1-on-1, and it didn't matter who won or lost. It was all about beating his ass all over Joliet. That's all I cared about. I want to beat his ass for everything he's done to me, for everything he's done to the company, for Aaron Stone, for everybody. I want to, I guess I can say, beating down a bully for everybody, and not only that, to maybe help him see things and have him come to his senses about what it takes to be a real good GM.
Yeah.
Instead of playing favorites. So
Yeah.
you know,
You gave Saint plenty of opportunities to work alongside you on what you're trying to do, and he just wasn't willing to do it.
No,
And
I wanted to work for him. I really wanted to work with him, and he didn't want to work at all.
Yeah, that's it. It's good. It reminds me of like Austin and McMahon Royal Rumble, where fucking just Austin beat the shit out of Vince McMahon all across the arena. That's how I imagine your fucking match being. But if we recall how that show ended, Vince picked up the victory. So, is there anything that's stopping the Undeniable from getting involved?
No, at this point, it's not. But it's also, you got to remember, there are disqualifications and countouts.
Okay.
This is going to be a straight up match. I'm just going to maybe bend the rules a little bit, throw a fist, maybe throw him to the outside a bit and use the ring out on the outside, maybe a guardrail, who knows. But he brought it on himself by shut up, dog. Just he wanted me to put my GM position on the line. I was okay, fine, whatever. That's how confident I am. But then I'm like, why should I do all the work? Why should I be the one that has to win? You should have to win too.
Yeah. So, Pacman, anything you want to add?
I'm going to be watching this match very, very closely. But the one thing that I will say, well, the one thing that I'm going to ask Nubby actually, what if Damian Saint pulls a final boss and tries to get the ref to suspend all the rules?
Well, see, that's the best part about being the other GM. If the referee
if you caught me out, I'll fucking fire you. I'm not fucking around.
No, so I'm gonna tell him, you better play by the rules, or you will be suspended on the spot, and I'll call a new referee in, or I'll beat his ass. One of the two. You choose. You choose. You want to be a real referee, or do you want to be blackballed for the rest of your life? Keep that in mind. Any referee in that building, whoever takes my match, I don't care who it is. You fuck up my match, I'll make sure you're blackballed. How about that? I'm going to tell you to do your job. If you don't do your job, I'll make sure you're blackballed. Plain and simple.
There you go. Anything else,
Don't
Pacman?
don't let Damian Saint influence you on. Shut up, Pacman.
I wasn't saying anything that time.
Shut up, Pacman.
Damian Saint, I know he'll probably pull that. That's actually a good point. If he does, well, the referees are warned now. I also know that Undeniable will be lurking. I'll be ready for him.
Can you ban them from ringside?
I could.
Yeah, can you?
I could, but where's the fun in that?
That's true. I mentioned before we started doing the Rocket Pro match card is that Pacman was going to do something I was going to call him out on, and he did. It's
I
curious how you say Danger when you talk about his match. You mentioned him being a member of the LIM, but never once said that about Nubby. You never said taking on LIM member, the Amazing Turtle. Why is that?
Because I was focusing on
Yeah.
the angle that I was working this match
Yeah,
with
sure. Yeah,
was
sure.
focus on the GM ship being on the line. I was
So,
taking myself and LIM out of it to talk about what is going on in the ring.
sure. Yeah, that's as believable as your fucking car problems.
That was a real thing.
Sure. I'm just saying. I mean, it's just curious how you didn't say LIM member Amazing Turtle. I mean, could easily said that. You know, could have gave props to a guy who I've been telling you for weeks that you don't acknowledge as an LIM member, and you did it again, and you had the opportunity to do it. And you know this would never been brought up if you didn't call Danger an LIM member. Anyways, what's the next match, Pacman?
It is the next match of the show, actually. And that is the final level versus Youth Gone Wild versus the Three Rings for the RPW Tag Team Championships. One of two main events.
I'm really excited for this match just because of the story that was told leading up to it. Because the fact that you got the Three Rings, which are two members of the Three Rings in this match, teamed up with the tag team champion, one of the two tag team champions at one point. And obviously, Youth Gone Wild has been causing problems. Not, I guess, so much lately, but earlier in the year when they kind of showed up. And it's interesting. And you know what? What's interesting about triple threat matches, which people should know, is you don't got to pin the champions for the champions to lose their titles. So, yeah. I think that'll be I think this is going to be an interesting match, and I have no doubt that we're probably going to see new tag team champions. And I
Another
don't
one
think
of my matches.
Well,
actually, me and Nuke collaboration.
Fuck Nuke. Who cares?
Collaborate and listen.
Yeah.
Vanilla Ice.
It's also another one of
I
those
know.
situations where Rion's favorite phrase comes to play. I'll give you what you want, but there's always a catch.
Always.
Gave Youth Gone Wild their tag team title match. Here's the catch. Three rings are involved.
I think we're going to get new tag team champs, and I don't think the final level is going to be involved in the finish. I think Youth Gone Wild will find a way to pick up the victory. And don't get me wrong, I would love to see my best friend, Max Holiday or Max Sinister, be Rocket Pro Tag Team Champion. I would love to see it. But I don't know. It's 6 people in that matchup, you know, and you're trying to be the 33% that, you know, comes out victorious. So,
Well, what if you add Kurt Angle into the mix?
let's move on.
The next final match is the second of the two main events. It's Maximus Orion versus the Ryan Matthews in a Mos Eisley street fight.
Yeah, I still don't understand what this is.
Well, you know, we've heard you explain Star Wars before, so it's okay. It's okay if you don't.
Yeah. Because I know we talked about it last episode, and I still don't fucking get it because it has to do with Star Wars.
It does.
Which I get, you know, may the 4th be with you, but
and with your spirit.
This whole shit started because of Fortnite, so why wouldn't you just name it after Fortnite?
So actually, it started over Matthews causing Maximus to. Well, actually, let me rephrase that. Matthews cost Maximus his rematch against Rion Skills for the Intercounty Championship at Fall Brawl, and then it became about Fortnite from there.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Same question about this match as I had about several other matches. What stops the Undeniable from getting involved?
Well, it's a street fight.
It is a street fight, right? So it's fair game.
And there's really nothing on the line for this match, right? There's no like if you win this, if I lose that. It's just win and loser. So it's not like, I mean, nobody's career's on the line. There's no titles on the line. So I guess it comes down to a pride thing. And if I know anything about the Undeniable, their whole thing's based on pride and egos.
Not just
So,
Undeniable. Don't forget about Wild Card.
yeah, I don't remember what that is.
Well,
I know it's a Fortnite character. I know it's not the Knight. I just don't know what the fuck it is.
well, watch the segment from.
Oh yeah,
show.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back and watch some of the clips from the Rocket Pro show on their YouTube channel. So
You should.
yeah, I just said I would. Shut the
Well,
fuck up, Pacman.
It'll catch you up so you know what's going on this show.
I just want to fucking throw something at your fucking head.
I'm just trying to help you here.
Damn, I hate you. I don't. I really don't hate you. Solid fucking card, and it's the season finale. So
It is.
whatever happens this Saturday is what Rocket Pro fans are gonna have to live with until September.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I guess it determines on what I'm going to do next season on the first of the month.
Yeah, because it's either you're going to start running the show by yourself, or I guess your time in Rocket Pro would be questioned once again. Because I mean, like, what's to say that fucking Damian Saint doesn't fire you for a second time if he does win? You know?
Well, if you think about it, I'm just the GM. So if I give up my position as GM, I'm automatically out of a job. So
yeah. Well, I always got room for you on high voltage, buddy.
I am part of high voltage already. I'm actually one of your top tag team now.
You are fucking twin turtle.
Yes.
What are you giggling about over there?
It was just, I don't know. It was the way someone said something.
Look at the fucking camera when you're talking to me.
It was the way someone said something.
Thank you. I just said way somebody looked at him. God
Somebody said something ridiculous and you had to laugh.
Yeah, pretty much. That's how it works.
You're hanging out with fucking giggles too much because all you're doing is squeaking over there now.
Well, he's been busy fixing roller coasters out in Indiana.
I wouldn't go on any of those fucking roller coasters. Anyways, so fucking Rocket Pro.
Fan access 2 to 4. It's $5 for fan access. All your favorite Rocket Pro stars and the LIM live. Doors open at 4 for the main show. Bell time's at 5. And this is all taking place at St. Joe's Park, 700 Theodore Street, Joliet, Illinois. Tickets for the show itself are $15 general admission. Ringside, front row, whatever you want to call it, $20. And again, $5 for fan access before the show. How you doing? I turned into Gabagool there again.
Let's deep fried Oreos.
And deep fried Oreos. Yeah. Yeah.
Anything else wrestling related you guys want to talk about before we wrap the show up?
Patrick Mahomes at Raw.
There we go.
Yeah.
I got nothing.
Okay. Next week we'll cover the results from Rocket Pro Wrestling. We'll find out if Nubby still has a job or not over at Rocket Pro. Maybe we'll get the results of NWA. I'm not quite sure how that's gonna work, or
Steven, you're gonna be on the show. You know what to do. You are part of Freaknet Studios after all.
That's true.
He is.
Next Saturday, I believe, is ARW Pro, and is CSW. The CSW is the following week, the 17th.
No, it's actually the 24th.
Oh, so okay, so it's even further away. Cool. So we'll just maybe have Rocket Pro next week. Oh, I'm sorry, ARW next week.
Yeah.
And okay, gotcha.
Yep.
Awesome. Guys, if you're listening to the show and you listen to us talk about, companies and stuff that, happen in the Midwest, and you think that there's a company out there we should be talking about, let us know. Share it with us. Because we'll talk about it too. I mean, like I said, we just added NWA Chicago, so why the fuck not? In the meantime, make sure you follow us on social media. Oh, wait, fucking, go ahead, Pacman. What's happening tomorrow night?
Tomorrow night is Tuesday night, and it means it's the Power Hour, and we're having these guys on. Never heard
Okay,
of
you know what?
them.
No, you're dragging on too long. Fuck it, you're done now. Make sure you follow us on social media: Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Just by searching JFW Wrestling.
I was getting there.
I want you to just get there.
Okay,
That's
I'll get
all
there.
I want, man. No,
L-
fuck you. No, shut up, Nubby. Who's on the fucking Power Hour this week?
Well, you know.
I swear to fucking God, I will burn you both to the ground.
It turns out it will be the LIM, the lovely intoxicated men, are the
Never heard of
special
them.
guests. Special guests of the Power Hour this week.
Pacman makes his return to the Power Hour.
I return to the Power Hour
As
with some
as
guys
a
I've never
member,
met before.
as a member of the LIM,
Wait, who's that?
You know, it's weird because this, I mean, other than the roast, this will be the first time Pacman's visually. I'm guessing you're actually going to be on video.
I can confirm I will be on camera that show.
So, other than the roast, this would probably be your first time you're visually on the Power Hour.
Yeah.
So there you go. Who else? Who else is? Can you confirm who else is going to be on the Power Hour tomorrow from the LIM?
Tony Gabagool, Smiley McGee, Simp, who can now speak, and Double J. No Danny.
What about Turtle? He's a member of the LIM.
well,
I knew that was.
maybe.
I knew that was coming because
There's a
Tom
good-
brought it up. You might go to that.
Small chance I might go to that,
Oh, okay, okay.
but I will not tell you.
Oh,
Power Hour comes out on Tuesday nights. You can either check it over on Steve Aaron's Facebook. Videos released on Facebook or on YouTube. You can find it over at. It's so hard to fucking find his YouTube channel. But I found out that if you just search Power Hour Steve, it does pop up. But you can also go to Freaknet Studios, and if you scroll to the bottom, there's a bunch of featured playlists or featured channels, and the Power Hour is right there alongside this freaking show in the fourth mother box. So, go ahead.
LIM will be making a major announcement on tomorrow's show.
A what? A major announcement?
A major announcement. You know what? Hold on. You can't say anything, but I'm about to give you a little preview. You can't say anything. I just sent it. You guys react as you can, but don't say what it is. Is that a big announcement or is that a big announcement?
Big announcement, sure.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and by the way, the
YouTube
YouTube channel is called the Power Hour channel.
That it is.
See, I tried searching that and I could not get it to pop up. I don't know. I'll try again. Either way, if it doesn't, just do it my way and subscribe while you're there. You know what? I'm trying to fucking promote my shit. Oh, and JFW is also on the featured list too. Oh, I forget.
Yeah, that's you.
That's right. Fucking everything's me.
Even me?
Yeah, that's right. Even memes. You ever notice that meme is Mimi together?
Mimi. I meant to say even I'm you, and then it came out as Mimi, but you know what I meant.
God, you're ugly. So yeah,
I'm working with what God gave me, brother.
Lovely thoughts, yeah, man. Guess on the fourth, not the fourth motor box, on the Power Hour this week. Fourth motor box still have yet to make a return. Maybe this Sunday. Who fucking knows? They'll show up again whenever they're done at Disney or shitting in the streets in Europe or whatever the fuck that they do.
Or shitting on the streets of Disney.
That's right. Lovely Intoxicated Men did their podcast over the weekend where they recapped Rocket Pro Wrestling. You can check all that out over there on the Lovely Intoxicated Podcast on YouTube or on Facebook, wherever fucking you want to follow them. I don't know why you would, but do it anyways.
Yeah, it's fun.
Listen to our audio wherever you listen to podcasts. Just search JFW Podcast. Wherever you listen to audio, subscribe, rate, review. And also go to YouTube. Check out JFW Podcast over on YouTube. Subscribe over there where the videos are released and everything. And maybe, we'll start getting some more exclusives and shit like we've been planning on doing. But, whatever. That's all I got.
I believe it's time
to ring the bell on this episode.
God, you fucking people. Perfect. As always, I am Travesty.
And I am Nubby, the amazing turtle, Cowabunga.
And I am the LIM champion, Pacman. Stay lovely, stay intoxicated. June 4th, Danny, your ass is mine.
You hear that, guys? His brother's ass is his.
That's not what I meant.
Thank you for listening to another episode of Just Freak Wrestling, the JFW Podcast.